Another week, another painful 49er loss. But we're not here to talk about that. There will be a video out on what's going on with the 49ers, possibly Thursday. But right now, let's get into our top 10 power rankings while I try to keep a straight face over the lack of continuity my team has right now. Honorable mentions in my list today, we got the Saints, we got the Chargers, two very good teams that just happen to suffer losses. And usually I would have the Saints in the top 10, but I don't know, something just about it. I feel like they might be coming back down to earth. They still look very good, but something about trusting Derek Carr doesn't sit right with me. But anyways, let's get into number 10. And yes, before you guys go crazy, number 10, I got the 49ers. I don't know what's going on with us. I do know what's going on with us. It's defense. Defense is just horrendous. Brock Purdy had the game of his career last week. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He had 8 incompletions. 6 of those were drop passes. Juwan Jennings had a Jerry Rice, Randy Moss type game. 3 touchdowns, 175 yards. All that to be ruined by Ronnie Bell dropping a potential icing catch. He could have caught that ball. The game clock would have kept going. Could have iced it, kicked the field goal, and won it. But enough blame to go around in that loss because Jake Moody also missed a 55-yard field goal. Those aren't gimmies. I know they're not, but when you're drafted in the 3rd round as a kicker, I would like to think you can make those field goals, especially in crunch time. Ronnie Bell, you're an NFL quarterback. I don't know how much you're getting paid, but I know it's way more than the average American salary. You get paid to catch a ball, sir, and that ball was placed perfectly in your chest, and it looks like you batted it down. Brandon Ayuk, I know how much you're getting paid. Bruh, you're getting paid $30 million to be non-existent in the field. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, well, it's because the teams are covering him. They know this and that. Bullshit. We paid you that much because you could beat coverage, and you're not doing it. So get it together. Defense. Everyone on the defense minus Fred Warner. Just Fred Warner needs to fucking wake up because, oh my God, I think they're just going based off name value and not actually skill value anymore. So please, for my sanity, beat the Patriots because I will fucking lose my shit if I have to make a power ranking and I cannot justifiably put you on anymore. In the 9th spot, I got the Green Bay Packers. They're winning without Jordan Love, and they're only going to be so much better with Jordan Love. The team looks really good. They're clicking on all cylinders. Their defense is legit. You do not want to throw against Jair Alexander because he's more likely going to come down with that ball. They're just looking really good all around, and this is without Jordan Love. Wait till he plays in there. Malik Willis got his revenge game on the Tennessee Titans, and the Tennessee Titans are god-awful. But good for Malik for getting his revenge game. They probably should have kept him now looking at things with hindsight. But nonetheless, Malik is reviving his career in Green Bay. Hopefully, maybe next year he can find a spot where he can compete for an actual starting position. But as of right now, Green Bay, you are number 9. Number 8, I can no longer deny them. I got the Seattle Seahawks. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, this hurts. The Seattle Seahawks are undefeated. They're leading the NFC West. Granted, their competition has been no one. This is why I was so reluctant to put them on the power rankings last week because their 3 wins have come from Bo Nix. Who else did they beat last week? It was who else? The Carolina Panthers. And this week, they beat the Miami Dolphins with Skylar Thompson. And then he got hurt. And I don't even know who they put as their 3rd-string quarterback. But they literally have beaten no one who's a strong competition. But nonetheless, 3-0, still 3-0. So congratulations, Seahawks. You've made my power ranking list. Regrettably, but you made my power ranking list. In the number 7 spot, I got the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles were going back and forth with the New Orleans Saints, and it was a pretty good game. But at the end, it looks like the Saints defense just got tired, and then Philly was able to run Saquon Barkley and score some points. Philly is looking... I don't know if they're looking good, or I just don't know. Like, with the offensive power, I really thought they would still be undefeated to this day, and they would be, like, blowing teams out. But it looks like they're barely scraping by victories. Maybe it's still a little bit rust. Maybe they'll get it clicking later. But as of right now, Philly, you are number 7. Number 6, I hate to say it, Pittsburgh Steelers. They're 3-0. Quality wins too. Maybe pretty boring wins, but they're winning. Maybe Ayuk does Ayuk still want to get traded over there? Never mind. But anyways, Steelers, you made the list. Not really I can say about you guys. I don't watch your games because you guys aren't really on TV when I'm watching games unless you're on Red Zone. But good job. 3-0. Mike Tomlin's keeping that perfect season where he never loses more than he wins alive. But we'll see how it works when the competition gets a little bit more stiffer. Number 5, we got the Houston Texans. Oh my God. They got ruined by the Vikings. Like they were looking like the Texans of old. Minnesota has a very good defense. They are very dangerous, and they are a team that you are not going to want to see in the playoffs, especially if you're an NFC team. Literally thought this division was going to be all Lions, Packers. Nope, it's a three-way race, which if I thought it was going to be a three-way race, I thought it was going to be the Bears, but Vikings. Oh my God. But we're not talking about the Vikings. We're talking about the Texans. The Texans got their asses handed to them. Now, of course, everyone's going to lose games. Not everyone's going to stay perfect and undefeated forever, obviously. Even the undefeated teams, they're bound to lose a game this season. But just the way the Texans lost this game was, I wouldn't say concerning. I think it was just a humble check for them, especially because we've been seeing CJ Stroud all season, like acting like he's a pro vet, this and that, which I still love CJ, but he definitely did need like a little reality check, and hopefully this brings the Texans team back down to earth and they can start getting more refocused again. Number 4, we got the Detroit Lions. They beat Arizona. And this was one of those games where I thought it was going to be pretty good. I'm like, okay, it's going to be a good game. Probably be back-to-back scoring. Not necessarily. They kind of managed to lock down the Arizona's offense and, put some points up and beat them. Arizona's sneaky dark horse in the NFC West, especially considering all things, how they're working out right now. But Detroit got the job done, won the game they should have won, and they are number 4 on the power ranking list. And yeah, man, Detroit is only going to get better once you start clicking. But some injuries are starting to pile up on Detroit, just like the rest of the NFL, because everyone's so freaking injured right now. But Sam Laporta got carted off the field. He wasn't being used much, but that is not a good thing because there's going to be games where you're going to need your big tight end. And hopefully it's not a serious injury. I haven't heard nothing about it, but it's never a good sign when one of your best players is getting carted off the field. So hopefully for a faster recovery for Sam Laporta. But if you're a Lions fan, might want to look away. Number 3, we got the Minnesota Vikings being led by Sam Darnold. Oh my God, they are good. So when the Niners lost to the Vikings, I was like, oh man, one of those losses where you're like, you shouldn't lose, it's the Minnesota curse, whatever, this and that. Then I saw them blow out the Texans, and I felt like, maybe they're good. And then we lost 2, and then it just made me feel, okay, maybe we just suck and they're just good. But 2 things can be right at the same time. But Minnesota, their defense is amazing. Sam Darnold's career is resurgent, and it's been going around how young he is. He's only 27. He's still younger than Joe Burrow, to put in perspective. So he can still revitalize his career, and it looks like he's doing it in Minnesota. Don't know how long-term that would be, considering Minnesota did get J.J. McCarthy. They could make him sit and just learn from Sam Darnold. I mean, that's not a bad idea either. Green Bay does it all the time, Or I realistically see after this season, Sam Darnold could go to a team that's going to need a quarterback and doesn't have a position to draft one. Miami, probably. But kudos to you, Sam Darnold. Congratulations. You are possibly what you were supposed to be back in New York. And yeah, man, those Vikings. And put it out there, they don't even have Jordan Addison or TJ Hawkinson. Just let that sit in. They are only going to get stronger and better. The Cinderella story could strike midnight any day now, and they could just be brought back down to earth, and Sam Darnold could revert back to the old Sam Darnold we know. But as of right now, gotta give them the respect, 3-0, and they're playing a huge NFC North matchup coming up, which will be between the Packers, which will be a very good game to watch. But good job, Vikings. Thanks for making my loss to you guys not feel as bad. Number 2, drum roll, please. That was a horrible drum roll. There's a new number 1, because number 2, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. I hate these motherfuckers so bad. when the Bengals did that pass interference, that was legit pass interference. Good call by the refs. But you know, it just doesn't help that it was pro. It was like a pro Chiefs call, and it helped them win the game. This week, clearly pass interference. No call. The rest of the play on. I can't help but feel like if that was the Falcon player doing a pass interference on the Chiefs player, it would be a flag. The NFL has such a pro Chiefs agenda, which I don't understand because they did this for the Patriots too, and I didn't understand back then like why you want to help such a good team just get back there. Like, oh, it's so irritating. But these motherfuckers are good, and they didn't play that well this week, which is why I have them at number 2. Another team played a lot better. But I just don't get it. Why are the Chiefs getting every single freaking call? Like in the Super Bowl where they played the Niners twice, same thing. Against the Eagles in the Super Bowl, a bullshit pass interference flag helped them win the game. I was kind of okay with that because fuck the Eagles. But still, it doesn't make sense. The NFL is literally like the product. Not gonna lie, it's at a decline right now. It's not. There's not that great on-field product right now. And then you have like the refs just blatantly helping the Chiefs. Whatever though. Whatever. Move on. And the number 1 team for the Week 4 Power Rankings is the Buffalo Bills. Who were those Josh Allen haters now saying he's overrated? He is the only quarterback that I think is an MVP candidate right now. He is literally leading his team to victory every single week. He literally puts the ball where his receivers catch it. He is really good. Sounds like I'm blazing him right now, but he deserves all the praise right now because Josh Allen, after all the shit talking he was getting, saying that, well, without Stephon Diggs, he ain't going to be much. Oh, well, a lot of his defensive players left. They're not going to be able to help him much. He said, fuck that. I'm just going to score points. Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills, you guys are the number 1 team in the power rankings, and every team should be very afraid of them. Unless you're the Kansas City Chiefs, because you're going to have the refs help you. But anyways, guys, that is it for my Week 4 power rankings. Yes, I had the Niners in it, but at 10, and, you know, I'm not going to lie. If they lose to the Patriots, they're going to be probably bottom 20. It's looking disgusting right now. But anyways, guys, tomorrow we'll have our pick'ems out. I don't know how I did. I think I did pretty bad because there was some craziness going on. But thank you for watching the video. If you made it to the end, please like, comment, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Share the video. Yeah, just help me grow a little community that I could call my own on here. And football.